everybody, welcome back to another video on my channel. So today I'm going to break down and show you all the Navy nail tools. I get tons and tons of DMs and messages and comments about all the Navy tools because you guys know these are what I love and use for my prep and nail tools and that kind of thing. So I thought I would just do a whole video showing each tool, how I use them, a little bit of a demo, and yeah, just a closer look. So this is Beatrice. Fun fact, this was actually named after Beatrice, my puppy. So yeah, this is the Beatrice tool, which is the remover tool. So I've just had my nails on to soak for about 10 minutes, and this is after 10 minutes, so the gel is starting to break down already. And I'm just going in with the curved end of the Beatrice tool. I really like it because it helps to remove the majority of the broken down gel product, flicks it off nice and quickly, and then I flip it over to the other side. This is the flat edge blade to kind of gently remove the last little bits, the more stubborn bits that end up on your free edge, and it is so gentle. Also guys, don't forget you can use code MAY10 to save yourself some pennies off of the NavyProTools website. I'll leave a link in the description box down below along with the discount code for you. But yeah, this is working on a client. This is actually my lovely mum, and just showing how I would use it if I had both hands, because the demo before that was on myself. So I wanted to show you a little bit of both, but as you can see, it just helps really easily remove the product, and it's just really easy to use. I also thought I would show you a comparison between Ethel and Beatrice, just so you can see the difference. Beatrice is a lot larger and is also slightly more blunt, because if you were to use Ethel, you probably end up taking chunks out of the natural nail because it's just too sharp for the removal process. So Beatrice is definitely the one to go for. Up next, I wanted to show you Rose, the light curve scissors. These are my favourite scissors for a few reasons. They are perfect for cutting up little dried flowers that I use within nail art. They're really good actually for cutting your free edge and trimming down nails. If you like to use scissors, then they're fab for doing that. They're also awesome for cutting forms because they have that curved edge to them. I find it so much easier to trim and customize and cut forms. As you can see here, they curve around as you cut it. I love Rose scissors. They're my favorite ones out of the scissors on the Navy website. Highly recommend. They're fab. Perfect detailed scissors. So going on to Beryl now, these are your basic kind of classic nail clippers, and they're obviously in the classic gold coating. And yeah, they're just really easy to use. They're your standard clippers, they're super sharp, and they've got a curved blade to them, so they make it really easy to go along and take down the length. So that's both of the nails now trimmed down using both the scissors and the clippers. They both do the job perfectly, but it's just personal preference, I think, for that. Going on to Doris. So Doris is the cuticle pusher. It's double-ended, so you have a larger end and then this kind of smaller, more petite end. So really, really easy to use. I love the shape of this because it creates a really nice, smooth kind of semicircle shape around the cuticle area, if you get what I mean. And it's just really good at really exfoliating off that dead cuticle and dead keratin that rides out on the nail plate as your nail grows out. Really, really nice, just gentle pressure when you use it. It's just really easy to use, and it's your standard kind of cuticle pusher. The other end's really good also if you do pedicures as well. Fab for using on toes because it's smaller, so all those like little baby toes and smaller nail beds it's perfect for. But I just use it in little circular motions to really exfoliate off all that dead cuticle off the nail plate. So that is Doris, and I'm using it on my client here just so you can see how I would use it if I've got two hands. Moving on to Ethel. Ethel is the straight, flat-edged cuticle manicure tool. It's got the flat-edged blade, and it is two-ended, double-ended, two-sided, and they are slightly smaller on one end and larger on the other. I love this for going down the side walls. My essential tools for prep, and if you follow me on Instagram, ISABELMAYNAILS, definitely go follow me there. You'll see that I post on my story a lot. My 4 favourite tools for prep are Doris, Ethel, Katie and Martha, and yeah, they're just fab. But this is great for getting down those side walls. You just want to follow it up round and follow that cuticle area round, so you're following the line rather than pushing straight up, because you don't want to dig the corners in to the edge of the cuticle and the nail fold. So next up we have Martha. Martha is my favourite. I literally couldn't live without Martha in my life. As soon as I had her, I couldn't do nails without her. Let's put it that way. She's my favourite. It's not a new fact. I think everyone knows that I love Martha. She's just really good at scooping out all those last little bits that are hidden and tucked in to those sidewalls. I've got quite deep sidewalls and I find that little bits get hidden in there, so it's really good to scoop out all those little bits of dead skin, dead cuticle that have got stuck or are slightly hard to reach, or that you may have even missed and not known they're there. So yeah, it's fab. It's also really good for beginners because I find it's a little bit of a foolproof tool in the sense that it's got a really smooth edge to it, so it's not too sharp, so it's really easy to use in that sense. You're not going to end up cutting anyone whilst you're learning on how to use the tools, so it is definitely a good one for beginners as well. It's just really easy. It's like a little cuticle massage. I love it. My mum loves it too. It's her favourite bit. Okie dokie. Moving on to the next tool, we've got Helen. They are fine nips and they are the 8mm blade. So Navy have two size nippers, the Helens, which are the 8mm blade, and then Katie, which is the 4mm blade. I'll show you a comparison later on so you can see the difference. I think this one comes down to personal preference. So the main difference is the blade size. So these are the larger nippers. I would say compare to the ones that you've already got or used to using, and then pick up the similar sized ones. So if you're used to working with a larger nipper size, then definitely go for Helen. My favourites, I've got to say, are Katie. They're the super fine nips, so they are the 4mm blade. And here's the little comparison, so you can see you've got Katie on the right and Helen on the left. So yeah, this is definitely just personal preference. I started off with Helen and then fell in love with Katie after. So Katie is definitely my fave. It's really, really good for getting into those smaller nails that have smaller nail bed areas, so really good for those baby nails and toes if you do pedicures and that kind of thing. And I just find a little easier to use in my opinion. So yeah, this one is definitely still personal preference. I would pick the one that you would think you would most prefer, but yeah, they're both equally fabulous, super sharp, really easy to use, no tugging or ripping of the skin required, and you only need to nip away the dead tissue, no nipping away any living tissue. And as you can see here, you get such a clean, nice cuticle finish when you finish off with these nippers. They are fabulous. So moving on to some of the more unique tools from Navy. So they've got Dorothy, which is the detailing tool. On one end you have a micro teeny tiny dotting tool, and then on the other end it comes to a super fine point. It is so tiny. You can do loads of details with this. This is fab for all kinds of nail art. I've inserted a little reel I did for a nail art design using this tool, and you can see it's just so easy to use. It's really cool for creating creative designs. I also used it for these ones here to add that little white dot detail as well, and yeah, it's just perfect for those little details in nail art. Next up we have Mavis. Mavis is a multi-tool and is double-ended. Mavis and Maureen are very similar, but they have two slightly different ends, and I like to use these tools for scooping out scrubs and hand creams. They're perfect for the Navy balms as well, and it just keeps it all nice and sanitary. I can clean and disinfect them between each use, and yeah, I just use it to decant onto my clients' hands to put the products on. It just is a really easy way of keeping things clean and looking really nice and sleek and professional. And there's the little comparison of the both of them together. You've got Maureen on the right and Mavis on the left, so you can see the slight difference. One's more pointed and then round as well, and then one has a flat edge to it. So this is Maureen, so I'll give you a closer look of Maureen. Very similar tool to Mavis. This may just come down to personal preference. I know a lot of my friends that are brow techs, they love these tools as well, so if you're a brow tech, you might like these guys here. They're also really good. The dotting tool, kind of pointed edge end of these tools, is really good for nail art as well. But yeah, I like using these for cuticle balms and things like that. As I'm using it here, I'm just using it to decant all that cuticle balm onto my nails to rub in. So yeah, they're kind of multifunctional tools. You can use them for a bit of everything really. On to the next tool, we have Samantha. Samantha is the pinching tool. I definitely don't get enough use out of Samantha, as I don't do too many extensions at the moment, or I haven't been recently at least. But it's also really nice to add more of strength and structure and more of a C curve into natural nails. So you can see here how much more it gives that nice C curve. I'm quite lucky, I do have a natural, quite strong C curve, which keeps my nails nice and strong, but those of your clients that have flat nail beds, this would be perfect for, and it's also really good for doing extensions as well. So here we have Betty. These are the straight nips. These are perfect for trimming off crystals. If you're a tech that loves doing crystal designs, they're perfect for this. And they're also really good for trimming down slightly thicker toenails. They're also good for that. And lastly, we have Alice tweezers. These are my favourite tweezers. Oh my gosh, they make picking up gold leaf so easy. I use gold leaf in quite a lot of nail art designs, and I could not live without these tweezers. They're also really good for picking up water decals and stickers and little dried flowers. Anything that's really fiddly for nail art, they are perfect for because they're so precise. But there we have it. There are all the navy tools. I hope this answers some of your questions and helps some of you guys out. If you have any more questions about navy and the tools, I'm happy to answer them. Just leave them in the comment section down below. And yeah, I'll see you in my next video, guys. Bye!